Greetings, fellow traders. This is Austin. It's Tuesday, February 24th. It's also semi-annual Humphrey Hawkins Day. We're going to get Janet Yellen, who holds the current chair, in front of Congress at 10 a.m. Eastern. They're going to release her pre-written speech minutes, and the markets will wig out to that like they always do, and then they will settle down and they will wait for the question and answer sequence, and the news line scanning algos will search for certain buzzwords or phrases, and if they're found, whatever she utters in response to her grilling, then there will be further knee jerks in price. And after she's done, if that happens, if she finishes before the markets close, then they will go on to make directional moves, most likely on their own. But if she continues the question and answer into the close of trading, then the markets will continue to chop and drift and slam around. That's what you can expect today. Tomorrow is usually a muted version because she will release a very slightly modified version of the same prepared speech minutes in front of the Senate, and then the Senate will grill her. But, basically she will be on guard to all of the buzzwords that move the markets today, such as they are. And that's the semi-annual Humphrey Hawkins game. I've been doing that for a lot of years. Many of you have too, and that's how it goes. So, not to concern myself with that, I don't. I trade in a more systematic fashion, and I simply wait for these systematic signals to confirm, and then I make my self-directed trade decisions from there. And at this moment in time, I'm going to be long crude oil around the 49.90 zone, and I'm going to be short crude oil around the 49.60 zone. So I'm looking long 49.90ish, and I'm looking short 49.60ish, and whichever comes first is the first trade that I'll take. It is 8:14 a.m. Eastern. Alrighty then, got the fill we were looking for, and price is jack spiking up ahead of the opening bell. So see how that goes. I'm going to move the stop to plus 10 ticks because it's gone 30, and it's just arbitrary. So I'm at roughly a 10 tick, and because we have the opening bell, if they slam it back this way, then not unexpected. So anyway, just management mode, waiting for the opening bell. Much like yesterday afternoon, after past my end of trading, there was the Globex news, such as it was, not Globex, I'm sorry, OPEC, all these acronyms, the OPEC news that whipped price action up and then right back down in whatever it was, 70, 80 tick range. Either way, when they do this kind of spiky stuff here, it often corrects. So I want to be aggressive on the stop management, and I'm looking for 40 or 50 ticks here anyway. We'll see what happens. Worst case scenario is it's going to be in the plus 10 realm, and that's worst case scenario. Best case, it's going to continue up. We'll see what happens. I'm just about to hit the opening bell here momentarily on the pit session. Just going to leave the camera running here for the moment. Well, they've gone about 40 ticks, so now I'm going to advance to plus 20. I should say 20 plus. Now the worst case scenario is it's going to rip back down and finish at around 20 ticks, and the best case is they're going to continue higher. It's kind of sticky around that 40 tick mark, and it's hitting some targeted layers there. So I'm going to advance to the plus 40 here as soon as possible, and then go to the 50.22 mark. All right. and then 32 as fast as possible, if possible. Got, yeah, knocked it out. I went to 45 ticks and it came back and slipped too. That ain't terrible. So anyway, 43 ticks off the first sequence, and it's early in the day. I will probably trade further. I will cease operations if I slip back to 25. So in other words, I will shut down the equity curve P&L at no less than plus 25 ticks for today while I seek more. But with the 10 a.m. news event coming up, the big event, I might be done trading altogether. I'm gonna wait and see. So there we are. It's 9:01. Let the open range establish at 9:05, and then we will party on from there. Alrighty then. It is 9:17. We have the pit session established. They did the whip spike thing. There's the 9 a.m. bark. So anyway, they did this whip spike thing here. This is the 1 minute chart. Now they're just trading around. This is a very bullish zone here. I don't want to be short at this level. By the same token, this is the open range here, and so this is bearish. So they're in a zone of confusion. This is a transition, aka chop zone. I'm looking on the sell side 49.75 or thereabouts. So in other words, I'd be looking for sells somewhere down here, and I would be looking for longs up around 50.30, up around here. So this happens to be a zone of CM pattern sequences in the 50-30 area, and then I would just take it a couple ticks higher above the top of the open range, and it would clear all congestion. So I'm pretty much ignoring this whole zone here, and I would be short somewhere around 49.75 on the sell side, or on buy side 50-30. But like I said earlier, not that aggressive on seeking trades right now, because we have the Yellen saga at 10 a.m. and that's going to whip all markets around. So let's not look a gift horse in the mouth with 43 ticks under our belt here. If I get the ideal situation, then I'll work it, but if I don't, that's fine too. It is 9:19. Okay, it is 9:39 and we have a sell signal engaged. 49.90 area, usual 8-tick stop, which I'm going to be adjusting as soon as price moves anywhere in favor. I should say if it does, may come right back into this position, and there you go. From here, beyond the next sell signal down is in the 49.70 plus zone, somewhere below 49.75. So price has just been really spiky, erratic, and of course everybody's getting ready to position into the big 10 a.m. news today. So they ripped that out. Not unusual. And there we go. So I'll be taking one or two more short positions if confirmed, because price is on the sell side for now. I wouldn't be long until they took out the top of the open range, if they do. See what happens. 9:40. Okay, well, short a couple of times as discussed, and stopped out once it scratched a couple times for draws, which brings me to plus 30 ticks. Currently short with a stop around scratch. So there we are. Markets are jittery ahead of the pending news, if you will, and just as we expected. And this has been, that's the picture of the pit session. And here's the illiquidity in the market. I keep talking about that. The markets are very illiquid. There is much more demand from the algos than there is supply from actual real open interest, aka stops. And so they're just smashing and blowing and spiking and slamming all over the place, which is great if you catch one of those moves. But in between, they rip 20, 30, 40 ticks both directions in the blink of an eye. So it's high speed trading. The way I'm handling it is I target the key support resistance levels as usual. And when I get filled and price moves anywhere in favor, I immediately trail to par or to scratch so that I'm not getting dinged in the chop. And eventually a move takes off, and those are your gains for the day. That's where the success is. Just treading water until you catch one of the spikes or slams. Basically it's trendless trading. You're just trying to catch V turns going any which way. In any event, currently short from 49.90 and holding for better gains. It is 10 Eastern on the dot. Well, the news should be out here shortly. I don't see it yet. See, they've gone 30-ish ticks. I'm going to trail to better than 10. And I'm going to keep trailing down as price action permits. 10:01. Okay. Stopped out there on a trail for, I believe, plus 25 ticks. Brings the sum total on several turns to plus 55 ticks. And that's going to wrap it up for now. I'm not going to seek anything further, and we'll see what happens as the day goes on. But that's enough to make the day successful. I may very well be done. I'll leave this video open and I'll report back later. We'll see if I work any further or this ends the day. It is 10:02. Okay, update. I just learned that I need to be away from the screens for a couple of hours on a personal task thing. So it is Holly's oldest son's birthday today, and there have been some planned changes for a birthday party tonight, and I have to facilitate some stuff. And if I weren't already 50 plus ticks deep into crude oil, then I might do that later. But the fact that I am, it's been a successful day, and I need to get some things done around here. I'm going to retire. So that's it for today. That's a wrap. Plus 55 ticks. Yesterday was minus 20 ticks, so that gives us a cumulative net of 35 ticks over the past 2 sessions. 3 more to go for the week. Hope this helps. See you tomorrow. We'll do it again. Have a great one.